You find yourselves at the entrance of the labyrinth, a grandiose stone archway crawling with ivy, glowing faintly under the eerie luminescence of phosphorescent fungi. The air smells of damp earth and mystery. Ahead, narrow pathways wind deeper into the maze, their ends obscured by columns of dancing shadows. As your eyes adjust to the dim light, you notice intricate carvings on the stone walls depicting past adventurers, some triumphant, others clearly less fortunate. A single pathway to your left seems to whisper your name, its shadows flickering in a strangely inviting manner. To your right, the faint sound of dripping water echoes, promising a hidden secret for those brave enough to follow it. Suddenly, a plump rat with a tiny key around its neck scurries across the path and disappears into the darkness. The labyrinth seems alive, a living enigma eager to test your courage and cunning. What do you do?
I say we follow the rat. Where there's fire, there's always a spark of truth. I conjure a small flame in my hand and hurl it down the pathway the rat went, lighting the way and illuminating any hidden dangers.
I tighten my grip on my shield, muttering, "Stay close, beware the shadows." I step forward cautiously into the pathway the rat took, ready to intercept any threats that lie in wait, using my shield to push the ivy aside.
I dart ahead of Thoradin, slipping into the shadows and using my smaller size to quickly move through the narrow path. Follow me! I'll see what I can pickpocket from that rat.
I step into the narrow pathway, feeling the chilling embrace of the shadows. Death walks with us, friends. May we navigate this labyrinth as ghosts haunting our own destiny. I cast light on my mace to brighten our way and reveal any hidden traps.
Just as Wisp darts ahead, the corridor widens abruptly into a small chamber. Shadows coil like living serpents around the room, and the air is filled with a tangible tension. Your light falls upon 4 skeletal guards, their hollow eye sockets glowing crimson as they slowly turn to face you. The skeletal guards raise rusted swords, their jaws creaking as if to voice an inaudible challenge. Pyra's flame illuminates the rat in the far corner, squeaking nervously and circling a small, sinister-looking pedestal, the tiny key on its neck glinting ominously. With a hiss, the first skeleton rushes forward, intent on testing the mettle of these new intruders. Your next move?
Time to turn up the heat. I unleash a blazing fireball at the skeleton rushing toward us, aiming to engulf it and ignite the dry, brittle ivy on the walls to create a wildfire barrier.
I raise my shield high, rushing to intercept the skeleton before it reaches our ranks, shouting, "Stay back, you bonehead!" I bash into the skeletal guard with my shield, aiming to knock it off balance and break its formation.
I blend into the shadows and slip behind the skeletal guards, aiming to snatch the key from the rat's neck amidst the chaos. I'll fetch that key. Hold the fort!
I raise my mace, its glowing light searing through the shadows and illuminating the undead. May the embrace of Kelimvor eternalize your rest. I cast Turn Undead, compelling the skeletal guards to flee.
Pyra's fireball zips through the air, exploding upon the skeletal guard and incinerating it in an instant. The dry ivy catches fire, forming a fiercely burning barrier that blocks off half the chamber. The light and heat from the flames create dancing shadows and an intense atmosphere. Thoradin charges forward, shield raised, and bashes into the nearby skeleton with a resounding clatter. The blow crushes its ribcage, sending brittle bones shattering across the chamber floor. Seraph's invocation of Kelimvor's power radiates a brilliant light, causing the remaining 2 skeletal guards to shriek silently. Their bones rattle in terror as they try to flee from the divine light. The sacred energy causes one to disintegrate into dust almost instantly. Meanwhile, in the chaos, Wisp slips through the shadows like a ghost. The rat squeaks, now in a panic, but Wisp deftly snatches the key from its neck and melds back into the...
Perfect! Now let's crank up the chaos. I target the other skeleton with a bolt of scorching flames, intending to drive it into the wildfire barrier for an explosive finish.
I see the last skeleton reeling from Seraph's divine light and Pyra's flames swelling around it. Ye picked the wrong fight, bag of bones! I swing my warhammer low to shatter its knee, aiming to cripple it and push it straight into the roaring wall of fire.
I grin as I clutch the key in my hand, then flick open my dagger and hurl it at the last skeleton's glowing eye socket. Here's looking at you, bonehead!
I grip my mace tighter, its light reflecting in my eyes. Let this chamber cleanse your corruption. I cast sacred flame upon the last skeleton, summoning radiant fire from above to consume it.